We're both
Oh, we should have read this in POVs.
Oh, we should have. Dang. Wait.
Damn.
Oh, man.
Oh my god.
Okay.
That would have been good.
Shit. That would have been good. Hold on, actually. Well, no, because you're
Miss
on your
Kaylee,
phone.
am I boring you?
Miss Kaylee, am I boring you? Are you on your phone right now? Because I could send you the document.
I am, but I think I can see it. I think I can see it. Am I too close? I think you hurt Santo's feelings because you... Hold up. Good.
Wait, on mine? Is he here? Oh, he's blocked. I blocked him because motherfucker is
If he's
crazy.
here, he's through my stuff. Mad Hatter, what's up? Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
he'll come over there to harass me. I do have a filter on because what was he trying to say? He's on live right now.
No, they're live. Okay, good.
Well, tell him I'm gonna wipe that cease and desist right up.
I'm gonna get doxxed at least. Shit. All their comments are filtered, I'm sure.
Tell him I'm going to save it. I'm going to wait all day. I'm going to hold it in all day until I open that cease and desist. And then when I tell you release them, wipe with it. Okay, well, make sure you tell them while they're at dinner so it fucking ruins their dinner.
Y'all are running it up. Thank you so much.
All right. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Blah, blah, blah. They're all here. I appreciate, this is the judge. I appreciate all the parties being here. You know, I was reading everything last night and I had a crazy busy calendar this morning. And when I took a moment to look at the file again, I looked, there were about 200 pages, plus or minus, of documents that have since been filed. I did my best, but I'm not that fast. So, and I understand the time constraints. I do. I think initially my understanding, and I'll hear from you, Miss Budnick, and if you want to respond, Miss Fonseca, was a request, sorry, I'm just reading what this guy said. Was a request because there's a move away. There's the DVRO, there's an evidentiary hearing, and there was a request by you on behalf of your client to continue everything. And I did not want to do it ex parte because I wanted to give it all the parties an opportunity to be heard. So have you met and conferred with Miss Fonseca about the continuance? Hey, make sure y'all are gifting me because I'm tired and I'm just kidding. But actually make sure you're sending me your heart me's, please. I love y'all.
Bugs Hatter.
What up, y'all? Okay, so have you met and conferred with Miss Fonseca about the continuance? Miss Budnick says yes, and that is why we're all here remote this afternoon. Good. My understanding when we appeared in your buddy court 2B on Monday the 21st was that the respondent was exercising her right to a continuance of the domestic violence restraining order matter because that wasn't our home court. That request date, really the date for her to make that request, was tentatively set for today. Our understanding is she would be making a request for a continuance in front of you. Then we could schedule the continued hearing date based on your calendar and our calendars, given that the restraining order has influence over the custody issue. We understand that the custody request will trail the restraining order, or that's our belief anyway, is how the court will proceed. And so Ms. Fonseca and I did exchange emails. I confirmed with her that this was her understanding as to what we were doing today. My client obviously is in Texas, so I told him don't fly in. Let's appear remotely. We're not moving forward today on anything substantive. Somebody help me. Somebody help me, Jesus. Nope.
I can't even see it
substantive.
Or your head your name is across it.
Well, hot damn.
Your profile picture. That's a fucking word we don't know. Let's move on.
SUBSTANTIVE. Substantive.
Remember, we're just reporters.
It's not substantial. It says substantive. I know how to read substantial, you freaking jerk.
Y'all.
Substantive. Okay. We worked that out together. I'm glad that we could all work that out together. I would object though to the supplemental ex parte declaration that was filed yesterday evening as being untimely and ask that it not be considered. I have not had a chance to review it all. It's 100 pages almost from my recollection, but in any event, I don't know that it's necessary anyway, given that we are all on the same page as to what's happening today. This is the judge. Well, I'm going to let Ms. Fonseca respond in a second, but I will say this. If we are continuing things, I'm not going to make any ruling regarding striking or not considering something, because hopefully between now and the next court date, you'll have the opportunity to review everything that's been filed and respond accordingly. Ms. Budnick, which is John's lawyer. So just so I'm clear, my understanding was it was a supplemental declaration filed specifically in request to Ms. Fonseca's ex parte motion to continue and consolidate the DVRO and the move away. So because that is going to be resolved today, the declaration would have no relevance to anything further. If I am incorrect and that declaration was intended to be utilized in any kind of evidentiary capacity for the custody or move away or restraining order issue, then I agree with Your Honor. I will have time to address it appropriately before the next hearing. The court. All right, let me hear from Ms. Fonseca. Ms. Fonseca. So the supplemental was essentially just an update from the declaration that was attached to the ex parte, and the ex parte was filed because Judge Nord advised us to do so. As counsel just explained, he said, I can't, I don't have any control over 2C's calendar. She's your home court. So please file an ex parte if you want the continuance at the upcoming 5-2 hearing. But he did say he would make the note in the minute order about the constraints that you mentioned in the beginning, and those which we disclosed at the last hearing were our subpoenas. The subpoenas were already issued the day after we left court when we were in front of Judge Nord. They were personally served on the law enforcement agencies today. Today was the first day for personal service, so he did put that little note in the minute order for us, but that was the reason for the ex parte filing. Basically, it's pronounced Fonseca. It's pronounced.
Can I just say something really quick? I can see why Bree was falling asleep if this is all what was being said, because why is this
not yet, I don't think.
Good God. No wonder why people fall asleep in this.
Oh, dude, court is
I can't blame her, dude.
Custody court is so...
I don't like her right now, but damn, no wonder why people fall asleep in the middle of court.
Yeah, like phone. Oh my God.
No, she wasn't. No, I'm not. No. I'm not saying she was falling asleep. I'm sorry. I should have.
She wasn't paying attention.
Concept. Yeah, and you'll see that in the document. It was exposed.
If it was for my kid, I'm awake. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I've done jury duty. I got $30.
Yeah, jury duty is so boring. And the ex parte order, because he's not our home court judge, was a request of you, I guess, that this was the order that came out on the 24th regarding the supervised visitation. Her lawyer just filed stupid stuff is basically what happened. The court, right, hold on, wait. She needs to slow down. Sorry, somebody said that. It says judicial assistant. She needs to slow down.
That escalated quickly.
Sorry, we do have a court reporter, so if I could ask, we're very lucky to have a court reporter, so please slow down. So there is a lot here, so I wasn't going to ignore the visitation issue because I know that's swirling, but there's a lot here. I want to break it down to manageable pieces. So I just want to address the initial issue that Ms. Budnick referenced regarding the supplemental declaration, and I will say I very briefly perused it. I think that's that word. Perused it. Sorry, if I don't use a word very often, I'm like, it takes me a minute. Perused it because it is almost 100 pages, and I perused the other thing that was filed. Okay, so this judge just said, this is a lot. I don't feel like it.
The judge said I'm working for a lot. I'm working a whole lot for a whole little.
I do not get paid enough for this. Yes, custody court is depressing, scary, and exhausting. Absolutely.
Yeah.
My sense is mixed in, and there is a lot of background related to the prior DVRO that I think potentially, and I can strike it from my brain if I ultimately rule that I'm not going to consider it, but much of it is additional information that I think is related to the underlying DVRO. And some of that is because we're in this position for whatever reason and I'm very glad that Ms. Olson now has counsel. And I'll tell you why in a second. But we didn't hear from Ms. Olson at the last court hearing, and I think the hearing before. Damn, girl, too. Not good. So my sense is, at least from your position, Miss whatever y'all said, is that her voice has not been heard as it relates to some of these matters, and my sense is you're filing in the detail there. So I will, if it were just filed this morning and we were relying upon it, agree with you, Miss Budnick, because I certainly couldn't read it in time, and I'm not sure Miss whatever, Miss Phonics could either. But since it sounds like we're going to put this over, I'm going to deny that request without prejudice. I mean, obviously you can renew it then. I'm going to read it between now and then. Let's just talk about the ex parte, or the request to put what sounds like everything over. So my sense is we have kind of a pending move away, and today was supposed to be the evidentiary hearing on the move away. Am I correct in that regard, Miss Phonics? Miss Phonics, correct. On the restraining order and the move away as a combined hearing. The court. Okay, so regardless, I don't think whatever we're going to do, we're going to finish in one afternoon, whether it's the restraining order, the move away. Christ. So even if we're going to do some of it today, which I don't think we are, my sense is we need at least probably 2, if not 3 afternoons. So that's the issue. That's issue 1. I will get a date. That is crazy. 3 days.
They said, you know what?
Days.
You're a lot of work, babe.
Babe, we got a lot to talk about.
You're a little rough around the edges. You could use some help.
But I recognize, given this court's calendar, obviously DVs have precedence. We're going to try and find some dates, but we do have to address the custody and visitation in between then. This is what I was talking about with it being temporary orders. I don't know if I cut you off, Miss Phonics, but I do want to say, just as to Miss Budnick's first point, I'm not going to strike the documents that were filed this morning because my sense is we're not going to do anything substantive today. Substantive. Damn that word. That's a word you use in court, apparently, because he's used it twice now. Other than address perhaps a modification or clarification, as it were, to the visitation and how they go. So what else do you want to... Oh, go ahead, Miss Fun. Oh, she interrupted? Oh, no, Bree. Your Miss Phonics interrupted? Jesus, words are hard. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Okay. I guess the point in pointing out what was in the supplemental was just so everybody was aware. It wasn't necessarily new material. It's essentially the same declaration that was filed with the ex parte, just with updated information as to where we are with the discovery. The only new thing in there was and I can make an oral request for this anyway under 6309, but we wanted to make a request under 6309, so now I have done in the pleading, as well as I'm making orally, for a subpoena on some Discord records. There's a specific Discord channel, and the judge says, well, hold on. You're making an oral request for a subpoena? And Miss Phonics says, well, 6309 is in place, and it does say that we can make an oral or written request. So I placed the request in the supplemental, which is that makes it primarily different than the declaration that was attached to our 422 ex parte. That's the main difference in that this contains this request of the court to allow this particular subpoena, but otherwise the other. Ma'am. Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting. You've got to slow down because I think my court reporter is about to have steam coming out of her ears. Sorry, y'all like it like that? Do y'all like God. This? Do y'all like my reading?
Yeah, no, because I really can picture it. This is good.
Oh, yeah, because that's literally what they act like.
Oh, you know that they were all in there with toes
the judge's country, because in my vision, he's just a country guy. He's just a good old boy up there doing his due diligence,
he's just
doing
trying
his
to
job.
Serve the law. And Bree's serving everybody on the law.
She says, okay, thank you. Go ahead, Miss Phonics. Okay, so yes, short answer to your question is yes, we are making a written in the declaration and oral by way of my speech right now request to do a very limited subpoena on one Discord channel. And in particular, this was a Discord channel that Dad has had privately and that has incited some, I don't want to say violence because that's an inflammatory word. Oh, has he incited that, Miss Phonics? It's almost like maybe your client's projecting some of her actions. Also, Brie, I have spies in your Discord and in your group chat, your hidden secret group chat. So I'd be careful what you've said in there.
Best of luck.
Good luck.
XOXO.
Because I've got those. XOXO. Gossip girl. You didn't recognize my profile pic? Oh, that's just someone special we call BJ. Don't worry about that. It's just one of the members of the doxing club. So I'll change it back. I'm sorry, y'all. I just have to remind them that I haven't forgotten what they've done. And I'm pretty sure they're who gave my information to Santos. Oh, there's spies everywhere. Okay, anyway, sorry.
I'm not getting anything in the chat right now. I don't know why my chat's not loading. It hasn't been loading.
Do you need to refresh? Maybe?
I don't know. Last one I got, it says she had things to do. She was on a 100K vacation.
Oh, no. That seems like that was a long time ago.
That was. Hold up. Let me drop and come back up.
All right. Oh, you're not too late. Don't worry. We're not to the good stuff yet. Give it a minute. Everyone was just listening for a minute. Lynn, Hazel, Taylor, Ariel, Shy, Sparks, Carmen, Ashley. Thank y'all. I don't even recognize my own picture. Love this for her.
Yeah, I literally came back. Now it's moving.
Okay. Good. Oh. Missy, Cassie, thank you. Mad Hatter, Tony, and Ren. All right, jumping right back in.
The judge is a woman, is what the chat say. TikTok.
Well, in my brain, it's a man, and he's country, and he wears boots. Okay,
boots,
cowboy boots,
with the boots with the
spurs. Boots with the spurs, not the fur. Oh. Boots with the spurs, the whole club looking at her. Oh my God,
that was so cool. Spike.
That was cute. Thank you. Okay. That's the judge's husband. Yeah. So I don't want to say violence because that's an inflammatory word, but has incited a lot of online bullying of not just my client, but those connected to my client. Interesting. Almost like me and Boosted and Shelby and our families. It just seems a little similar if you're asking me. Okay. Sorry. Not of just my client, but those connected to my client, and then even to my office and of my personal information from his followers or fans or whatever you want to call them. Okay, rude. I don't like you, Miss Phonics. So because the restraining order is essentially based on the opposite, that my client is the online bully. Oh, and that's why Dad needs this restraining order. Oh, it's going to suck when you send me that cease and desist, bitch. Because she's bullying him and those in his inner circle. This Discord that was recently leaked that, again, Dad is, I guess you could say, is like the manager or in charge of the Discord. He has been encouraging, man, why don't you just say it's his server? Old people are dumb. And suggesting to these followers to do not okay things. Wait, what? To do not. What kind of a description is this? And suggesting to these followers to do not okay things under the Restraining Order Act. Jesus Christ. So we are asking for a limited subpoena to Discord. I would say from the month that my client announced her pregnancy, because that's when the online disparaging really took place. Really took a turn for the worse. That was September of 2023 through the present. And again, girl, people just fucking hate you because you're you. It has nothing to do with him. We named the name of the Discord channel, so we don't want all of his Discord channels or relationships that he has. It's just this particular one where he was encouraging fans to do things that were not okay to my client and those that are connected with her that would be extremely relevant information for the court to review for purposes of his restraining order request. Okay, hold on a second, and I would love to hear from Ms. Budnick, and then I'm going to tell you sort of how I see the strategic approach of this case from my perspective, but let you, Miss Olson, I'm having trouble seeing you. The image is very fuzzy. I don't know if there's a way you can, there you go, perfect. Okay, thank you. Miss Budnick, I don't know if you want to respond to that. Ms. Budnick says, I do briefly. So I think with regard to the oral request for the subpoena, this was something that was included in the supplemental declaration filed last night that I haven't reviewed. So I'm not prepared necessarily as fully as I could be to even orally address the issue. My preference would be that petitioner try to subpoena. I can file a motion to quash if I think it's appropriate. What, am I missing something? No, bitch, are you talking to me or are you saying is Bree bored? Or are you saying am I bored? I don't think we're bored. Are y'all bored? Because I wasn't bored.
I'm not bored at all.